Hello, good afternoon, at least where I am. I was just thinking about that moment when you just like give up. I was just putting Jacob down for a nap, and it was taking a really long time. It's taking a really, really long time, and he was just like not falling asleep, and I was like staying cool and just trying to like support him, and then it hit an hour and I'm not feeling the best. I'm feeling a little sick, and I just like blow my nose, and I was thirsty, and I was thinking about having some grapes, and like I was like counting down on the clock. I was like, okay, 10 more minutes and he'll be asleep. 10 more minutes, and I was keeping my cool, and then all of a sudden it hit an hour, and I was like, I'm done. He like got up and was all happy and trying to run around, and I'm like, dude, like, so I left the room. Luckily Josh was home, and I was like, it's been an hour. And he's like, I got you. But I was just like thinking about that moment, and I think we all have it when we are doing something that's like challenging, and it's like you're pushing, or you're doing, you're in it, and then the thought comes in like, I could leave the room. I could quit this task. I could walk down the mountain. I'm done. And there's so many thoughts that are running through my mind about like how to navigate those types of situations, because it's like, I do believe that a big part of it is a mental game. And like in this situation, it's like I could have kept going, right? I could have been like, just like, you don't need grapes. Like, yeah, you're thirsty, it's fine. Blow your nose on a sleeve, like, it's fine. But like there was the distraction that was setting in. There was the thought of like, I just want to go record my video, and I have 2 other videos that I want to record. I was like, I just want it to be nap time so that I can take this time to do the things that I want to do and I need to do for me. And I think it was yesterday I was talking about feeling that sense of like responsibility. And even when I literally like I left the room, and then I went outside for a second, and there was Sadie downstairs with a toy in her mouth, like, come play with me, Mom. And, now I'm sitting here being like, oh, you should have just gone to play. These videos can wait. Go play with your kid. Go, your dog. Go, sit with your kid while he's trying to nap. Who cares if it's an hour? It's fine. I'm just feeling that like sense of responsibility for everyone else in your life and yourself, and trying to like navigate, And so today, like, I quit. I was just like, I'm done being in this room. I'm done with nap time. I'm gonna go do my thing. Like, I need to do it. Unfortunately, I had help, or else I wouldn't have been able to do that. Complications. And it's so crazy because now I'm here, and I'm like, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but I'm like, oh, Jess, what did you get so stressed about? And like I did really well. Like I kept, like I wasn't stressed when I was in there, but like there was something about just hitting that hour mark where I was like, okay, like I hit my limit. And it reminds me, I think I mentioned, I don't know the video, but it was a couple days ago, and I mentioned that I went to church last Sunday. So I don't I don't affiliate with any specific religion. I just have a general belief in the universe. Still like unsure how to define that. But my father-in-law and his wife and my brother, one of my brother-in-laws, they are still Christian and they still go to church. And so they invited us, and it's like a beautiful environment, you know. I love it. People coming together in community and in faith. It's beautiful. So we went. We had a really good time. There was the youth pastor who actually was the one giving the sermon last week, and he was telling this story about how he went on a trip and he was like, I'm gonna go climb this mountain. He's like, I didn't have snacks, I didn't have water, I didn't have hiking gear, but he like went up and was like, person who controls the mountain, I'm gonna climb this mountain. And she was like, are you sure? He's like, I was kind of offended. But I didn't have snacks or water, and I really wasn't prepared. I just wanted to go climb a mountain. And so he decided to start climbing this mountain, and he's like, it was so hard, and after about 45 minutes, he's like, I was sweating, and I thought I was near the top of the mountain, and then there was a sign that said you are 25% of the way there. And he had two options. His options were to push past and continue, just keep continuing, or he could turn around and walk down the mountain, which apparently you're not supposed to do. So he said, he's like, at that moment, I was like, I'm done. And so he walked down the mountain, and he had to pass everybody that was walking up, and he had to, like, the entire way down, think about how he didn't get to climb the mountain. He didn't get to do the thing that he set out to do. And I don't quite remember the tie-in for his life, but when I think of that story and I try to like connect it in with this, it's like there's the piece of, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey along the way. And it's like, what did you learn along the journey? Because the destination is never exactly what you think it's going to be. You're never going to feel exactly the way that you think that you're going to. But the journey is like 99% of it. And then you like reach a peak and you're like, cool. And then you just kind of like keep going. But then there's also the moment of like, okay, so like, what did I learn in this last hour? But then there's that moment where like, I just felt like I thought that I was at the top of the mountain. I thought that I was almost there. And then there was the moment where I was like, I'm done. And I turned around and left. I'm like, I don't really know how to feel about that. I'm not sure if anyone else has thought about that, or if they've had those moments of like you're pushing, and then it's like the moment that you snap, right? The moment that you switch and shift, and you're just like done moving in the direction that you were moving. You're like, this is just not working anymore. Like, I need to move in a different direction. What have you learned from those experiences? Like, I'd love to know. I think he's still crying. I think I still hear him. This nap time just didn't work out. It's interesting. Up until this point, I've been like really, I don't want to use the word selective. I've been really selective when it comes to what food I'm willing to give Jacob. And I'm like super bummed because like he doesn't like eggs. He's like not super into a lot of like protein sources. And there's just like a lot of food that like he won't really eat. And he's coming up on 16 months now. And yeah, food's been really challenging. He eats a lot of like oatmeal and smoothies and yogurt, and I always I put in like hemp hearts and chia seeds, and I try to sneak in as many nutrients that I can to the food that he does consume. But I don't feed him. I don't give him anything processed. I don't give him sugar. And I'm just like really selective with what he eats, but I think that's part of why he doesn't eat a lot. Anyways, last night my friend came over and she has 2 kids, and she brought a pizza. And I had zero intentions of allowing Jacob to eat pizza, zero. It's just not a food. It's just not a food that I'm super comfortable with him eating. Even for myself, like don't get me wrong, like I do eat sugar. I do eat pizza's like literally one of my favorite foods, but I try my best to eat as healthily as possible. And so she came over and he just like instantly, like he took a piece out of one of her kids' hands, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get through this without him eating this. So I was like, okay, eat it. And like this kid like was chewing this pizza, and he freaking loved it. And I was like, I wonder if he's gonna sleep tonight, because he still wakes up like every 3 hours and he nurses and goes back to bed. And I've always had the thought that he was probably just hungry, because I don't think he's getting quite enough calories throughout the day. So this kid ate a bunch of pizza, and I let it happen. I just let it happen. And he slept from 9 to 2:30, and I actually woke him up just because I needed to nurse him, and I couldn't go to sleep because it was a me thing. But like, he has not slept 5 hours ever. And it was like a reminder of, yeah, it was like, damn, this kid needs to, like, I need to trust that, you know, he can and should be eating more food, and maybe I need to be a little bit less selective. But I don't know, if anyone's a parent and you've been through this, I know there's kind of like, I've heard one of the arguments I've heard is people being like, you get whatever you can in them and it's just fine. And like, I don't love it, because I don't love it. And like, no judgment, of course. Like, I'm not saying that. This is just like my personal opinion. But like, from where I stand, like, I don't want to start buying like chicken nuggets and french fries. Like, I don't want to buy palatable food. I'd rather him have like 3 meals of full fat Greek yogurt with, you know, hemp seeds and fruit and chia seeds than eating those highly palatable foods that are filled with stuff that's like not super good. Like, I really want him to have a whole food diet. I want for myself. I want him to have filtered water and clean air, and I just feel really strongly about that as like a basic need for him, and that's something that I really want to provide for him. But that being said, like, I also don't want to be one of those parents that is like, oh, like, he's not allowed to have a piece of cake at a birthday party. not that he's eating cake, and he wouldn't be I don't want him to eat that at this age. But yeah, like I know that throughout his childhood, and he's gonna eat cake, he's gonna eat pizza, and I don't want him to not be able to do that, but it's like I just don't want that to be a regular in my household, and that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I'm always interested to hear other people's opinions, because I'm just doing this for the first time, and I'm in an echo chamber of my own thoughts and opinions, so it's always interesting to hear what other people have to say if they've been through similar situations. Also, like, how do I get this kid to eat eggs? I've tried everything. He won't even eat pancakes. Like, trying to make him like banana pancakes, he's just not into it. He doesn't really like muffins. The internet lied to me. They're like, here are all these toddler-friendly recipes, and like my boddler, I like to call him, doesn't eat any of it. Drives me crazy. Anyways, okay, I'm super excited because I have 2 more videos that I'm gonna record today. One of them I'm gonna do like a silent, like, I don't know what I want to call it, but it's like a hangout with me. Like I just want to do some movement, and I'm gonna overlay just like some nice chill music, kind of like, you know, those like study with me YouTube sessions, or just like hang out with me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but maybe pull some tarot, probably do a little bit of yoga, and just kind of like hang out and do some of my practices. I'm gonna do that, and then I have a channeled message that I actually wrote some notes. I got a written channel, a written download, and I'm gonna read through my notes, and then I'm gonna go outside. It's a beautiful day, and just kind of let that thought flow through me a little bit more. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and sorry I didn't get to this morning. So for anyone watching, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.